everybody, this is the Catfish. Welcome to race 3 of this, I don't even know what to call this. I'll have to come up with a good name, but just simming races in NASCAR 2003 season with random cars from 1995 to 2007. We actually have some cars older than that. I think I have a 1990 set and I have a 1987 set. And our current points leader is an Oldsmobile from 1987. I made some changes for this race. I think the races for the first two were about twice as long as they needed to be. So this one and the next one will be half the length of the previous two. And I'm going to check my volume settings so you guys can hear me the whole time. I was getting drowned out by the engines, and turns out I need to set the game volume to like 5 for you guys to hear me. I'm not sure why, but that's just how that works. So let me go in game. And I found that doesn't really keep my sound settings saved. It continues to bump them back up regardless of what I set them to. So yeah, I'm going to go 5. And if that doesn't work, well then, so be it. So yeah, last race was a bit crazy at North Wilkesboro. A lot of wrecks. Some craziness on the final laps that Jay Pennington, our current points leader, managed to get through and win. And he has 2 top 5s, which is just insane. These are random settings with every one of these cars for each race, and somehow he came in the top 5 twice. Really impressive. Nobody's led a lap, I don't think, in both races, it looks like. He's got a marginal lead of 45 points, so there's still a lot of cars in this. I'd say, yeah, all of these. Anybody within 100 points certainly could take the lead here. And Dover, is our next race here. This is a 1 mile oval, concrete surface. Let's see how many laps it's going to be. It's going to be a pretty quick 50 laps, I think. And yeah, this track, I don't think it'll be as crazy as North Wilkesboro was, but I think it's going to be, there's going to be some wrecks. But this is the important part, is that only 39 cars make it, so it's a 46 car roster, so 7 cars missed out. It could be our points leader that missed out. So I'm going to skip through qualifying here. Let's take a look at our starting grid. Got a car with no sponsor on the pole. R. McDonald, I don't know who that is. Let's look for the 47 car. There he is, Jay Pennington, our points leader, starting 22nd, mid-pack. Could be good, could be bad. Some cars qualify well, and they have, terrible crews, so their pit stops are slow, and some people in the back have a really fast car, but their qualifying is bad. So, yeah, we'll see where this goes. It's a pretty big gap. Usually the whole field's within a second, and it looks like it's a little bit more than a second. And these are pretty close up here, so I think we'll have a pretty good race. I'm going to skip through the... And this part might be loud here, regardless of my volume changes.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Oh, well, that wasn't too bad. So if you can hear me over this, I think you're probably going to hear me the whole race, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And here we go. So yeah, this isn't as big of a field as we had the previous races, but 39 cars is still a lot. And let's go to our points leader. I think we're going to watch him for the start, since he's mid-pack. He's going to be able to see a lot of the action here. there's that Oldsmobile number 47. And we'll just watch from his view for the first few laps. See how things go. 50 laps at Dover. Here we go. And these cars are all at arcade settings with 110% strength, so they typically take a lot of chances. But yeah, it looks pretty clean. As they get up to speed here, I think this is probably where you're going to see some craziness. As they start to slide up, yep, you're starting to see some bumping. We got 3 wide here. But the points leader's holding his own. Looks like the race for the lead is a bit crazy. Let's go with that. We got a good race for second place. Oh my god. We got 3 wide. I think that might be a wreck. Looks like the 98's in trouble. Oh, and the 21 gets smacked. We got cars all over the place now. And it looks like they're maintaining. Oh! And now we got big wrecks. Oh, we got massive wrecks. We got cars flipping. Yeah, so that didn't take too long, did it? And amazingly, the 21 car made it through that after he spun. And yeah, we got cars that are disappearing. So yeah, there was some serious damage here. Was our points leader involved? It looks not. Looks like he made it through. And the 28 here in front of him is actually in second place in points. So that was a pretty crazy couple of laps. And yeah, it's still really, really tight race at the front. So let's go there. It looks like Bobby Hill in here in 77 has opened up a decent lead. Some of the cars behind him, so let's go back a little bit. This is the race for about 5th. And you got 3 wide. I mean, this does not happen in real life. But they're pulling it off. You know, some of the cars up front are doing okay. Looks like the 6 car is starting to fall back a little bit. But you have this group of cars here that's doing pretty okay. So I think once they get spread out a little bit, I think they're going to be okay. We'll see how they are on worn tires. A lot of cars in the pit still. We got a damaged car here, the number 153 Mustard car. I think that car is actually pretty high in the points as well. And we know that the 22 was also high in points. But that's back in 21st. Scott Pruitt has taken the lead over the 77. And that car looks pretty fast. Scott Pruitt, you know, mainly known as a road racer. Definitely did some NASCAR races. And these top 3, yeah, Bobby Hillen's going for the lead again. So yeah, we kind of have a cool back and forth here. And very wide. And I think that Steve Park in the 1 takes the lead. So good race up front. We really didn't have that in the first couple of races. Kansas, it was kind of a one-man show and ended up being a fuel mileage race. And North Wilkesboro, we never had a really sustained battle because every turn there were cars that were wrecked. So this is the first race we've had where it seems kind of clean, and he's kind of pulling a gap here. Let's take a look at the fastest cars. Steve Park is the fastest car, 22.746. With the pole sitter, the 79 car, not too far behind, but where is that car? Pole sitter 79 is McDonald. He's in 4th, so he's still up there. And actually, he dropped to 5th maybe. And yeah, it looks like things have pretty much settled around the track. They got that one big wreck out of the way that kind of spread everybody out. And this is 5th place now. And yeah, I can see Steve Park up there. He's starting to work on lap traffic. And second and third are still kind of having a battle there. So I think we have a pretty good idea who the fast cars are. It's just whether they can continue to stay out of trouble here. And that one car looks fast. Looks like there's something wrong with the car down here. Maybe he's just coming out of the pits. And it looks like Jeff Gordon's car's not too fast today. Our points leader here, looking at the standings, has made his way up to 8th. So this is a really good run for the points leader. He's trying to clinch it before the final race. And the final race is actually at Bristol, so that's going to be another one of those where there's a lot of wrecks, so I can understand why he'd want to get the championship under wraps before you get to that race, because anything can happen there. We've already done 15 out of 50 laps here, so the race is going pretty quick. And I can't tell. It looks like maybe he's starting to gain on Steve Park here. He's certainly hanging with him, although he just went a bit wide there. And you see there's 6 cars within 2 seconds. It's a very competitive race. Probably the most competitive we've seen. You do have a big gap down here. What happened to the 47? He's out of the top 10 now. Barely. He's in 11th, so I don't know if he got in an incident, because he's way back. He's back at the 9th. So I think maybe there's some incidents happening around the track right now. This is actually first and second place in points, battling for the top 10. And I think they've slowed down a bit. It looks like maybe the tires have worn down. And they don't seem too fast. They seem to be pulling a lot more speed in the turns, and it not really. You look at the speed here in the straight, it seems like it's down. I could be wrong. I don't think normally they would pull this kind of speed in the turns at Dover. But it does seem like their gearing is a bit weird. So leaders open up a decent lead now, I think. He's just trying to make his way through the traffic here, although he went a bit wide. There we can kind of see the gap there, second and third. And then the gap behind there is the race for 4th place. And they make it 3 wide, the pole sitter. With the unsponsored car. Yeah, and a lot of passing back and forth here. It's kind of really interesting. And yeah, they're not really far behind. You see the leader isn't really that far ahead. Certainly, you know, within a pit stop, anything can happen here. And yeah, they're going back and forth. It looks like the battle for second starting to heat up too. Scott Pruitt goes to the inside, but we get a lap car here. Can he get him? Because he just got closed in by the lap car. He's going underneath. And he should have him. How many cars have we got on the lead lap? We still got, looks like 21 cars on the lead lap. And we're just approaching halfway. And the one car, still our leader. I mean, keeping out of trouble here, although he's going wide to pass all these lap cars. It's a pretty nice move. So I'm sure that the other cars will get stuck behind them. And yeah, he's still the fastest car on the racetrack, although I think everybody's got worn tires now. I think there'll be a pit stop. I might have made the race too short. I do have the settings set so that tires and fuel burn, I think, 2 times faster, so twice as fast as they normally would. So I would think they're going to come in. It would be interesting if they didn't. And he's opened up the lead a bit, so he's got about a 3-second lead. Points leader is still in a battle here. No. Nope, we got cars off. I saw smoke, but I'm not seeing anything up there. So I think there's still a few incidents, you know, when cars get 3 wide, you know, they kind of swing out, touch. But nothing like we saw at North Wilkesboro, where cars were riding the walls and just completely insane. So points leader's doing well, doing what he needs to do. Let's go back up to that battle for second. Oh, in second place is actually wrecked. Kind of was a weird spin there. He got in the back of somebody. Let's take a look. And yeah, it looks like he just got squeezed by... Oh, he kind of squeezed the 22. Did a big long skid. I'm sure that's not going to help the tires. So he might have to come in and pit at some point. And he fell to 7th. So it could be the worn tires are starting to hurt some people. They're just being a little bit aggressive with the lap traffic. This is on board 3rd place. Up here is the 77 in 2nd as he passes Chad Little, lap car. And yeah, I think it's just a matter of... Oh, and we got a big wreck, and I think the leader's involved. Yes, the one car is right there, and I don't know if he's got damage. He kind of made it through it. It was right in front of him. I saw a 24 involved. Yeah, that 24 is really messed up. So it looks like, yeah, got some cars that just came together here. Gordon comes and hits him. And then wham, he takes a big hit. And then he takes a big hit right in front of the leader. And there's some damaged cars there. Let's check in with the one car here live. And he has damage. So things have gotten a little bit crazy. He's still showing in first. He is still showing in first place. But he has damage. He's got a 4-second lead. So despite all that, he's hanging on. I don't know if there's going to be some sort of damage with that car where they're going to come in and repair it. We do have some cars coming in. A lot of cars in the pits now. I can't tell if those are scheduled because a lot of them look like they're damaged. Our points leader still in 8th. Will he come in? It looks like he's coming in. Okay, so the leader's coming into the pits. I'm not sure if this is scheduled. I think it may be that it's sort of both. And we'll see if they take the extra time to fix the damage, which would probably cost them the lead coming out when everything cycles. And yeah, so second place is in 2, so I think these are pretty much scheduled stops. So we get the leader here in the yellow car. Although the 6 car did not pit, looks like, so we'll keep an eye when the 6 come in. But these are basically our leaders here, except for the 21. 21 is a lap down. And he came right out, so I think maybe this is a fuel stop. It didn't look like he bothered to fix the damage. Let's take a look at what's going on with the 6. So the 6 car's in. And I don't think that, since he's just coming in now, I think Parker will probably take the lead, yeah. So, one car retains the lead despite having an accident. We'll see. It didn't look like people took tires. It looked like maybe it was a fuel stop. which is kind of surprising. So Barker takes the lead. I think the 40 car will be in second. Yeah, about 3 seconds back. So these things cycle through. Looks like it's sort of a race between maybe the top 4. And the one looks really strong despite the damage. I mean, he's just blown by people here. Yeah, that car looks pretty darn fast right now. He's doing 152 through the turns. We saw the points leader wasn't even hitting that, and he's hitting 160 on the straights. So, it seems like there's a decent disparity between the performance of some cars. And this is with damage. I mean, you see that back end. Real torn up, but he's still holding 151 here through the turns. This car's very fast. Our pole sitter disappeared in the 79. I don't know what happened to him. Let's take a look real quick. Back in 13th. He's actually a lap down. Being passed by the 77. This car was the pole sitter, and he seemed like he was pretty strong early on, but it seems so right now. This is 3rd place. Oof. See how wide that is. And you see the difference in speed here. You know, we had the one car hitting 160 on the straight, and although he's behind traffic, seems a lot slower right now. Let's check in on 2nd place. 2nd place seems pretty fast, and that car looks like it's in good shape, but he's still losing time. 22.8. Yeah, 40 car, that was his best lap right now, that last lap, but it still wasn't enough. It's still 0.2 off of the leader. And I'm expecting that Jay Pennington will remain our points leader if this holds for another 7 laps. He's currently running 8th. Let's go take a look at it. Oh, we got a wreck. Could that affect things? Yes, the points, or the leader of the race just hit him. The leader of the race just hit him real hard. Look at this. Oh my goodness. So I think that's probably gonna, I don't know if that put the one car out, but that certainly changes the whole feel of this race. We still got cars wrecking. Yeah, he's coming in. So the 40 car took the lead, and yeah, you can see that thing smoking. Just like almost every race where it seems like the last 5 laps there's a lead change. And this car is now our leader, Sterling Marlin in the 40. And he's trying to avoid wrecks. It looks like things have gotten a little bit crazy here in the last couple laps. And we still have that damaged 43 car trying to make his way around. Just a quick look at the pits here. And our points leader has jumped to 3rd after that wreck. So, yeah, the one car's out. It just says retired. That's really unfortunate. To have a car wreck in front of you just like that, and then it's over. So, yeah. So Pennington is looking like he's going to get another top 5 out of this, and he didn't really have a strong car. Is that maybe the key to winning the championship is just not necessarily having the best car, but a decent car. So it looks like Marlin here is maybe being ultra cautious passing some cars. I mean, he's got to 10-second plus lead, and he's on 2 laps to go here, so he's being kind of smart. See, as you see, we have, looks like 7 cars out. Maybe 9 or 10 cars out. We got some smoke up here, and we have a wreck up here. We got cars wrecking up here on the final lap, and he spins it. He spins on the final lap. It's not too terrible if he can just get through it. He's still got a decent lead. We're looking for the 16 car behind. The 47 car is involved. The points leader is involved. He had a 3rd place wrapped up. And on the final lap, it looks like he just got hung up on the banking. I think Sterling Marlin's he blows his engine on the final turn. I think he's gonna make it. And he makes it to win with a blown engine. This is insane. Okay, Pennington is in the pits. Has he finished? It doesn't look like he has. So he's falling down the order right now. He's 10th. I think he might pull off a 10th because I think the rest of the cars might be a lap down at the finish. And it looks like he's in front of the start-finish line. This is one of the most insane finishes I've seen. Every single race has had a pretty insane finish in the last lap. So the leader spins, and then he blows his engine on the final corner. The 47 still has not completed the race, though. He is the first car 2 laps down. And I think that's probably where he'll end up, since nobody else can complete another lap. There's a 16 car that finished 2nd. I'm just going to go back here and revisit. You can see he's getting pushed by another car to get into the pits. He actually made it all the way around again. But look at this. Not only you escape the spin, you know, this is the final lap for the leader here. Just go back real quick. So he's got a big wreck in front of him here. He tries to check up. He spins. He gathers it up. Doesn't seem like there's too much damage. Gets past some of these cars. Here you see the 47 here hung up. That's what happened to them. They could not make it. They were stuck, I think, so they had to get towed. So they got teleported back to the pits. So then he comes around to the other side, and here he is coming through turn 4. And the engine lets go. On the final turn of the final lap, they're waving the checkered, and he makes it. And he is lucky that the 16 car here is only just finishing now. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane race. So here's your final standings. Steve Park, he still finished 22nd. What a shame, though. He made it so far. It looked like he had the fastest car to win easily, and he just gets caught up in something. Pennington still got a top 10, despite that. So his first car 2 laps down. He's lucky it happened when it did, because nobody else could pass him because they'd already finished the race. Let's take a look at the rest of the grid here. Curious where some of the other points contenders were. Dave Blaney in 22, I think, was up there maybe, or maybe it was the 27. Ricky Craven, the winner of their first race at Kansas, finished 23rd. Ernie Irvin was second in points. He finished 35th. So I would expect Pennington with a top 10 here to retain the points lead, and he does, but only just over Ted Musgrave here in the 16. So the 16's done very well, and yeah, there's the 27. So yeah, there's a lot of, you know, Bristol, I'd say anybody within 100 points, so it's still in contention, maybe the top 8. And with Marlin with that win, I think he's got a chance. So this is Bristol. This is the next race. This is the 1991 version, so the track is slightly different than what we, if you're a NASCAR fan and you're watching now. Track is a bit different. This is not concrete. This is asphalt, so it's a bit different. Let's take a look at the standings. 3 top 10s. The only person with 3 top 10s. But you see Ted Musgrave's got 2 top 10s. And he's completed only 1 lap less than Pennington. Still, nobody has led more than 1 race. So that's really interesting. If that holds for Bristol, it could be somebody like Scott Wimmer here, who's never led, but he's finished in the top 10 twice. And Jeff Gordon in 7th, somehow. That car was not fast at all. It got in a major wreck, and still he's 7th in points with 1 top 10. Ernie Irvin falls to 11th and is probably out of contention. It would be hard to think that the top 10 here would all have bad days or not qualify. But yeah, that was a crazy race, and it was kind of fun. I hope you enjoyed it.